everyone. Welcome back to TC 911 Beyond the Call, Episode 8. I am your host, Abbey Dudek, Communications Coordinator here at Tarrant County 911 District. And today, I get the honor of talking to Yvonne Krumm, our PSAP Support Analyst. Good morning, Yvonne. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Abby. I'm better than I deserve.
Oh, I like I like it, but it's still kind of like, wait a minute, I don't deserve this. That's an interesting way to start off. Is it because of the weather outside? Today's rainy.
Today is rainy. And I didn't even get in an accident on the way here. And I don't even think I had road rage. So see, better than I deserve.
That is good. We want to keep the road rage down to a minimum. I heard people coming into work today, and everybody was talking about accidents they see. Now, you live out of Tarrant County.
I do live out of Tarrant County, and just because of the weather and how bad I-35 usually is, I went ahead and took the toll. But that wasn't so great either. Lots of people out and about.
Yeah, it always seems when it rains, it's worse. Like, we have bad traffic here anyway in North Texas. That's a fact. But when it rains, I don't know, like something happens and things just become extremely worse. Like there was 3 inches of ice on the ground or something, like that kind of scenario. And people drive really slow, or people are scared and things. So I'm always like, make sure you get your tires checked, okay? Make sure you're prepared for any kind of weather that might happen. And a lot of it is tires.
That is true.
That people don't change their tires. I was talking to someone, and they're like, yeah, majority of people don't even maintenance their cars because they forget about tires. Like, you'll do your oil change, and you'll rotate the tires, but then your tires start becoming like, 3-4 years old, and it's like, oh, those aren't good no more. So in this weather, that is going to be a problem.
That is true. Or if you go to those little, like the 5-minute oil changes like I like to do.
Those are convenient.
They're quick and very convenient, and they do nothing with your tires.
They don't rotate your tires
No,
either?
the nothing.
What?
Mm-mm.
I like to have the tires on the Sally car. I have them rotated, and then on my personal vehicle, I make sure they're rotated. Something about keeping my life balanced.
Well, you're way better than me. My husband just had to buy new tires for my SUV because I hadn't been doing any of that. So I think he's going to take back over and be in charge of the oil changes now.
He's going to take over the fleet management.
That's right, fleet manager, because he was not happy. 2 of my tires apparently were very bad. So I'm glad I have new tires now for this rainy season.
I know. So this is a good way to start off our podcast. We talk about the thing. I'm sure people can relate to a lot of this. And maybe there's someone listening going, oh my God, I need to check my tires.
Yes, be sure to check your tires.
Yeah. So anyway, obviously these are pre-recorded. So yes, this is a rainy Wednesday here in North Texas, but hopefully it'll clear up and we can keep the warm weather for a while. So Yvonne, how long have you been here at Tarrant County 911 District?
Well, believe it or not, it's just a couple of days until my 15th work anniversary here at Tarrant County 911 District.
That is so, wow. I remember when I started and you were at, what? So you were at 8?
That includes math. Don't ask me.
I'm gonna be honest, to be transparent with the listeners. I literally just used my fingers to count.
Yes, she did. I saw
it. I'm an art person. Math is not. That side of the brain is closed for service.
Well, I'm not even an art person or a math person. I don't know where I fall, but I probably would have done the same thing. I just didn't even try. I just said, that's math.
I guessed that. I think I'm right. It was like 8 years, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so 7 years. You were 7 years in. Yeah, because I've been here over 6 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Please forgive us. I know there's someone out there going, oh my God,
yes,
really ladies?
You guys are maintaining our stuff. That is so scary. And you're teaching our kids.
What's that meme with the fire's burning around and the dog's just sitting there and it's like, I'm fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So, yeah, because I remember coming on and I was like, wow, she's been here 7 years. And I'm like, wow, that's and now
And now
I'm creeping on 7. You're on 15.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen is when we blink, I'll be on 15.
And I'll be way down the road.
And you'll...
Whatever that is. Use your fingers, Abby. Where will it be?
Exactly. Yeah, so you've been here 15 years. And what did you do prior to the district?
Before coming to the district, I worked at a local police department in dispatch.
Do you want to drop it? Who it was? Do you want to drop the name?
Name drop. Okay, well,
here it comes,
if
guys.
they don't claim me, it may or may not be my fault. I don't know what to say about that. But I worked for Hearst Police Department, and we answered 911, non-emergency, and dispatched police, fire, and EMS. And I worked there for 11 and a half years before coming to the district. I was the dispatch supervisor when I left there.
11 and a half years. So you started when you were 10, right?
Yes. I'm so glad you got that math correct.
I am very good at that rounding down math.
Yes, you are. You're very good at it. So, yeah, I actually heard about an opportunity that might be coming up at the district in one of the PSAP manager meetings. And I was very excited about it because I had finally, after going to school part-time many, many years, gotten my bachelor's degree.
Excellent.
And so I started bothering people here at the district about it. And when it came available, I put in for it, and lo and behold, yay, I got it. It was called PSAP Support Specialist, which is strangely close to my title now. Isn't that funny?
Oh, wow. Kind of recycled back to the process there.
I know, it did. And when I was the first new employee the district had in a while. And since then, our staff has grown so much. We all stay busy. We all have lots to do. It's not like we're, hiring people to clip the lawn or anything. Well, we do that, but it's not staff.
We don't do nap time here at the district. We don't have a siesta.
No,
we should. That would be great. We just
would be great.
Little nap time. I think I actually would like to enforce that in all businesses and jobs.
I think people would be more productive.
Yeah, if you just got a nap in the middle of the day. What country is that they do that? And they just like Italy or France or something. I don't know. They get Greece. I don't know. I'm sure someone will figure it out.
Some very productive company.
Yeah.
Company. What am I talking about?
Someone Google that. Ask the Google and that they get naps. And if I had a nap in the middle of the day, actually, you know what? I don't know. One, it's hard for me to sit still. So it's really hard for me to take a nap. But then once I'm down, it's like, that's it. Now I'm going to be sluggish. So maybe that's not the best for me, but the rest of you can have naps.
Well, I think your body would get used to it and you would be rejuvenated.
Oh, okay. That's I like that. Like, I never took power naps in college. You know how, like when you were younger in school, like, a lot of students would be like, oh, I'm going to go back to my dorm and I'm going to take a power nap. And they'd, like, sleep for 20 minutes. I could never do that.
I could probably do that when I was younger, but now, once I lay down to take a nap, we're talking 3 hours. Yeah. It's almost like a vacation.
Minimum. I just never could do that. But yeah, you're right. Everybody is busy, and as we talk about having our staff exploded, pretty much boomed with numbers.
It did. It was kind of slow at first, and then it picked up momentum, and I don't think I would have to use probably my fingers and my toes to count all the staff.
Oh, those shoes are they easily slide off the bowl? Is that a word?
Right. I need to
wear sandals.
I should have worn sandals so I could have counted better.
It is. I mean, we're getting close to flip-flop weather. So
we are.
I call it, you can just get closer to doing calculations.
That's right. That's right. I can do advanced math when it's flip-flop season. Before that, forget about it.
I think I should create a meme that has a picture of like hands and toes or flip-flops or whatever and be like, I'm ready for summer and for math.
That's right.
And addition.
Do it. I want to see it. Don't use my feet though. Use somebody's pretty feet.
I don't have pretty feet either. Feet are just weird. They're just weird, but what can you do?
They're very useful though.
Yeah. So we have 27 on staff now. So how much do you remember? How many people were on when you started?
No. Once again, it's math.
Yeah, but that's just a face recognition math. You know, like you're like, okay, whose office was where? I was thinking it was like only like
I think it was 10 or 15.
Yeah, it was between 10 and 15.
Mm-hmm. And that would be, of course, the administration part. We didn't even have a training department then.
Oh, that's right.
That was like the beginning of the training department. There was a GIS department, and then Kevin was it for
that's
the IT portion.
It was all with Kevin.
I was. So I was the lone training beginner, and Kevin was the lone IT beginner.
Oh, wow. It's amazing how things have just changed. So, fun fact, Yvonne used to be my manager.
I did. I hired Abby. You can blame me. It's okay.
Yeah, everybody, all complaints can go to Yvonne Krumm.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like forever ago, but I just remember because you were very sweet, very nice, not intimidating at all. Like, it was the most easiest thing ever. And then it was great. It was very, because I didn't know what to expect coming out of a PSAP. Being there for a while. I mean, I had worked office jobs prior because I was only in 9-1 for 8 years, but it was like, okay, what to expect? But it was fun. We had a lot of good times. Like when you dressed up as Cindy Lou Who and me as the Grinch and we did the Christmas decoration.
That was great. I think I still have that wig here in my office somewhere.
You should randomly just wear it to meetings.
I should wear it to meetings or on Zoom calls. The PSAP manager meeting next time. That'd be great. Oh my gosh.
Are you going to be here? Are you remote or in the office on Friday?
I'm remote on Friday.
You should wear it for our meeting.
That's a great idea.
And just put it on.
Yeah, and just act like nothing.
Yeah, and just be like, what? This is my Friday hairdo. And
y'all don't like it when I.
Then I have to file a complaint.
That's right. You're just not right if you don't like my Friday hair.
I think that this is a good plan, and that you should wear the wig.
It is.
I'm going to be disappointed on Friday if I don't see the wig.
I might have to puff it up a little bit. It might have got the braids a little squished.
Oh. Okay.
They may not stick up quite the same as they used to.
Oh, my goodness. So Yvonne was my manager, and you've had a lot of changes here at the district. You want to elaborate different goals and different, projects you've overcame and other things and other tasks you had, and then to where you are now and what that includes in your role.
Okay. I'll try to give a little brief history because, I could just go on and on about way too many things. But, so as I mentioned, I was the beginning of having different relations and trainings with the PSAPs. And so I was a department of one when I first came on, and a lot of my job was establishing relationships with the PSAPs, and it helped so much that I came from a PSAP because it's so actually pretty neat that once you're in a PSAP and they find out you're from a PSAP, you're just family now. You're not somebody trying to come in here and see what we're doing. Because, they figure you already know what they're doing.
They gotta, sniff you out.
That's right. And so, established relations with them. And then I began doing some of the equipment training on the 911 system that we had out there at the time. And we started doing some training classes in-house, bringing in outside instructors mainly, either professional instructors that do that for a living or instructors that are working at PSAPs and instruct, and we just grew that until I was the training manager with a training employee, and then we got Abby over the public education together in the department, and we're doing lots of classes. We even became a TCOL recognized academy. There's a better word for that, but I've been out of that section for a while.
So because now you have come down more on the tech side of things.
That's right.
So what are some of your roles? Because did you have a change you had 2 changes down here, right? Or has it always been the same position since you left the support services?
Yeah, it's always been the same position name, but boy, what I'm doing has changed a lot too.
Yeah.
But I still provide 911 equipment training on the 911 equipment that the district supplies out at the PSAPs, and go over how it works and all the features. I don't train them on anything to do with their own PSAP's policies or anything, just the 911 equipment and how it works.
You're meaning the phones. When you say 911 equipment,
yes,
the phone systems.
Yes, that's true. The phone and the map that goes with it. Believe me, I'm not in the equipment room talking about blinking lights or anything. But I have learned so much. I know that even working in a PSAP, you really don't know what all the background stuff is that makes it happen. Hey, this thing rings, I answer it. Someone showed me how to use it at some point, and here we go.
Because you're able to, with our 911 lab that we have here on site at the district office, you're able to change things remotely.
Yes.
Right.
That's another thing that has definitely changed. When I first started, if you wanted to change anything about your phone system, if you want to update a phone number, add some new things, do it, and any of that stuff, it all had to be done on site at the PSAP. But yes, now with the network that we have in place and the vendor of choice, I guess it's mainly just the network, I guess, that allows that to be able to log in from sitting in my office. I can log into any PSAP and make a change to their phone numbers or add users or whatever needs to be done.
That's really convenient and helpful too, because you don't have to go all the way out there and get in their system anymore, because that's how it used to be, right?
That is how it used to be, but it was way more closed off, and so someone at the PSAP would have access to make a lot of the changes that they needed. Some of the PSAPs may like it and some of them may not, that they don't have the same control over their own stuff, but I really don't ever tell anyone no if they want to change.
Well, that's good.
So lots of that stuff to do, and then when we do upgrades or make changes, we try to test everything here before we send it out to the PSAP, because we want to find out if there's any little gotchas or anything that works different than it does today for the PSAP, so we can give them a heads up and let them know, hey, this change is going to look like this now, or it's going to act like this now. And I think that builds a lot of trust.
And we've talked about that in other podcasts with other episodes with other TC 911 employees, and on how the tech team, including your division also, or your job, how we test things. We make sure, we test it and test it and test it before it goes out, to make sure that we understand completely what's going on, what to expect, instead of just throwing it out there and being like, here you go, we're pretty sure this is going to work.
Well, and then if you don't test it, how do you know that, maybe there's a bug and it doesn't work like you think, and they're losing some functionality instead of gaining something that they wanted.
Yeah.
So, we've come across things like that in testing that maybe just got missed in the vendor testing, but we've run across stuff and we're like, hey, what about this? And sometimes it gets changed, or we just wait. If it's a big deal, we just wait and don't put that revision out.
Oh, and that's good to know that. It's like we supply all the changes that they need on the phone system, which then directly helps the dispatcher obviously do their job, which then goes back to making things a lot more efficient for them helping the community.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. We try to be the best support we can for the PSAPs, which, means they're doing better at supporting their community. And it's not that they don't want to do everything they can for their community. I'm definitely not saying that. It's just sometimes technology is not your friend. It doesn't make things easier. It makes it more complicated and harder to do what you need to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can agree on that. I mean, in all industries, when technology is involved, not everything is going to go as you want it to. We have a vision of things, how we want things to go, but we have an amazing team here, including yourself on the technical side, that we can make these things happen for the dispatch centers here in Tarrant County, and then that city, that department doesn't have to go into that and dive into that and be like, oh gosh, how do we do this? How do we, they don't have to worry about that. So I like it how we kind of take, we take that worry that's one less thing they have to deal with, and then we take over that and make sure that all of that works, properly.
Exactly. I couldn't imagine working in a PSAP and, okay, I've just finally figured out all the little, nuances of this that I'm working on. Oh, hey, here's an upgrade. Here you go. Well, is anything different? I don't know. Probably not.
You're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, we're all fine. It'll be fine. You'll get it. It'll be fine. And you'll figure it out. I can't imagine that. And I don't know that there are areas that do that. I'm not trying to say there are, but I couldn't imagine if that did happen.
That's tough. That's tough. I definitely, if I was working in one of our cities and there was a district, or any city where there's a district office, a 911 district office, I would be like, oh, thank gosh, that they can take care of this, or I can call on them, or, because they know that they can reach out to you or anybody here at the district for assistance or questions or anything. And pretty much all of us answer all times of the night. I mean, I've answered emails and text messages late at night, sometimes early. I'm right. I get up early anyway, so
that's true. So if you need something early, call Abby. That's what she's saying.
It depends what it is. I mean, I don't have the meaning of life or why the sky is blue, but I really like to help out because their schedules are so, they're working nights, they're doing this, and so sometimes I stay up, or I usually get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, even like on days I don't have to get up at 5, which is
that's really healthy to keep a schedule like that, though.
I try, but it's kind of a bummer because like Friday, Saturday night, I'm always like 9 o'clock, I'm ready to go to bed.
You're like, okay, I'm partied out. It's bedtime.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting, but it's interesting that your body functions the following way. When you have to get up for work, you're like, I don't want to get up. I can sleep in. But then when you don't have to get up, I'm up at 5. Sometimes it's 4:30, and I get up and I start doing stuff at the house or whatever. Why is that?
I don't know, but it's kind of funny that my 9-year-old son complains about the same thing, that he still wakes up early even when he can sleep in.
Yeah, I could totally see. I can't even remember the last time I slept in past 8. I don't even know when that even happened.
The last time you were sick, probably.
No, probably not. I probably still got up. Yeah, I don't. Maybe not at 5, but dang. So
maybe 5:30.
5:30. Such a rebel.
A big sleep extra.
So yeah, the point is like that. Yeah, a lot of us, you can reach out and they the PSAPs or the telecommunicators can reach out, or managers and stuff, and then we pretty have a good communication level of where they can get at least somebody at some point.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they probably feel a little bad calling and waking us up in the middle of the night, but they know somebody's going to answer.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to get their issue addressed.
Yeah. They shouldn't feel bad.
No, they shouldn't feel bad. The the whole district. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here to support 911, the functionality, and all the way to the PSAP. So
Yes.
if there's something going on that's not working correctly, that's exactly what they should do, is notify somebody. Don't just deal with it or
be afraid to call. But we have a really good call sheet of who they can call first, second, third, this.
Absolutely. So they do have kind of a one-stop shop for calling in problems with the equipment. But if something's acting strange or they don't know what to do about this number keeps calling, what are we supposed to do about it? That's not a technical issue that you could call that number and they could help you with. So you're gonna need to look to other.
Well, most of the time when that happens, sometimes people just have their phones and they're just dialing, and like those 911 only phones.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be some kind of a
glitch.
Yeah, a glitch or robo dialing, or there's a lot of strange things that happen actually that you probably wouldn't think about until, hey, this situation came up and this is what it was.
Yeah.
Who would have thought of that?
Yeah. So all the listeners out there that are, as you're following our podcast and you're starting to learn behind, basically the staff here at Tarrant County 911, you're probably hearing so much stuff. You're like, oh wow, I've never realized that. I never realized different issues that can come up, or what really goes beyond just calling 911. I mean, so much is. It's like a whole village behind those three numbers.
There really is, because definitely as technology progresses, things get more and more complicated, and we're able to do more things that we want to do that are cool, that are neat, but there's always different things that could go wrong, or a little glitch here, a little glitch there can get your 911 call when you're sitting in Orlando, Florida, calling 911, and it routes to Fort Worth. How did that happen?
Does that happen on a cell phone?
Strangely, that did happen recently, so that's why it's fresh in my mind.
How does that happen?
Well, it's the carrier had something wrong in the routing of it, and I don't know the details, but that was really strange. For anyone who doesn't know, whenever you are dialing 911 from a wireless device, usually there's a latitude and a longitude that come with that, an X and Y coordinate, and that helps with mapping the call. And that's supplied by your carrier, of course. And whenever I looked at the latitude and longitude that came with that call, it was right there in Orlando, Florida. So
interesting.
It wasn't.
So this is just a disclaimer. This is not normal. This is very rare.
Definitely not normal.
I don't want anybody freaking out or afraid of doing that. It's not normal. So
yes.
Sorry
about that. Don't mean to scare anybody.
No, you're fine.
There's just really strange things that you wouldn't think.
Yeah, there's rare moments. And like I said, this is in any industry, any job. You're going to have these rare moments, whether you're dealing with insurance, doing people's taxes, dealing with 911, doing corporate, selling cars. I mean, you're always going to find something in your job that's going to pop up and be like, whoa.
I never knew about that. Who would have thought that would happen?
Now, granted, on our side, it's a little bit more intense since it is 911, and we keep the services up and things, so it's the lifeline there. But it's interesting to know, and it's good to know, just to be transparent. Be like, yeah, these things do happen, but we're always on it.
Yes,
always on it, and it's very rare. That whole situation we just talked about was a very, very rare case situation.
Absolutely, that's the only time I've actually ever heard about it in my 15 years.
15 years. So
I would think that it would be more comforting to know that someone's on it and contacting the carriers, and they're going to figure out what happened so that they can fix it.
Yeah.
Instead of it becoming any kind of a bigger problem.
Yeah, and that kind of just as we kind of ball it all up here, it's like, well, that is the whole thing of having a 911 district office in your county, and so in Tarrant County, all the citizens now are just like, oh, okay, we got the district that monitors that. We're always taking care of it. We're not gonna. It's kind of like your buddy saying, "I'm not gonna let you fall, man.
I got your back.
I got your back. We got your back, Tarrant County.
We
got it.
We've got it.
It's
We're
totally
here.
not a problem. We are all over it like a lampshade." So that's fantastic, Yvonne. I so appreciate your time today and everything that you shared, and thank you for your 15 years. Congratulations. Happy 15-year anniversary.
Thank you.
Are we going to be able to celebrate by, like, I don't know, we should close down the office and go to Topgolf, or
right? Let's see. Let's all vote. What is it we're going to do?
Yeah, we should just start an email train and then just see where that goes. So they're like, hey, 15 years is kind of a substantial, it's kind of a mile marker.
It is.
10, 15, 20 if we go by fives.
Exactly.
Wait,
you did that without your fingers. Oh.
Yeah, but it was easy, though. But I was kind of moving my hand. I talk with my hands.
Move your hand.
And it had a 5. I was making a 5.
Okay, so maybe 5, you were 10. With your fingers.
I can't pretend that I wasn't giving myself assistance on that counting, the counting by 5s. So I just know that I go to a lot of elementary schools, and there's probably a math teacher out there that's waiting for me to come to their school and he or she can have a one-on-one with me.
That's right. Let's have a little tutoring session, Abby. We got to talk about this. Back to the basics
on that. So we do have those cell phone Sally math sheets.
Oh,
we still have some of those with the times tables and the.
Oh goodness!
And just saying the words times tables gives me PTSD from the 2nd grade.
I don't think they do that in school anymore.
If anyone's listening, they do it. We always accept questions, comments, everything about our podcast. You can email me at publiced@tc91.org, or you can message our Facebook, our Instagram, or several other of our social media. But do they still do the timed times tables, where you get the little sheet
and you have to fill it out,
and you have to answer all the multiplications, and you get I think you get 60 seconds or something. Maybe it felt like 10 seconds. I can still remember sitting in the 1st and 2nd grade, and she's like, he or she, or the teacher was like, okay, go. And I could hear everyone's pencils hitting the desk, and I was just sitting there, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
You're like, just put a big X over the whole table.
Yeah. I'm like, 0 times 0? Got it.
Done.
So, yeah. So if they still do times tables, I want to know if they still do that in school. Because I just want to, say a prayer for them or something.
Right, exactly. Give them any encouragement you can.
Yeah, any sort of encouragement. That or cursive. Are they still doing cursive?
They only do cursive in some schools, I do believe, because my stepdaughter didn't have cursive in school, but my son is taking cursive in school. So I think it's just different schools, maybe.
Okay, well, that's also interesting. And then PE, physical education. Do all schools have PE?
I don't know if they make them do organized games or if they just have time outside, but they definitely do have
yard time.
Yard time in the fenced-in area.
Everybody's do yard time. So anyway, we went off the highway here, but that's okay. That's what. This is the kind of conversations that we even have here at the district. We'll start with, "Hey, what's going on in this?" And then we'll be like, "Oh my gosh, the other morning."
You'll never believe what happened to me on the way to work.
So that's good. That's why we have such great relationships here at the district. But Yvonne, thank you again so much for chatting with me today for our podcast.
Well, you're welcome, and I hope that the listeners got something out of it besides we don't do math and we're fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine, and we don't do math. And I have questions about certain things at schools. But hopefully in the middle there, you picked up some education about Yvonne's position and her technical background and how we support again, another way how we support the PSAP's, Public Safety Answering Points, in Tarrant County. So thank you again, Yvonne. And the rest of you, join us every Monday for a new podcast episode. I am your host, Abbey Dudek, and I hope that you have a fabulous week.